Hello guys, welcome back to the next part of the video tutorials. Now in this part we'll see some demonstration of for loop. Now to demonstrate for loop, let's just print a pattern in this way. So we'll print a pattern in this way. Okay, so we need to print 5 stars. Now to print this 5 stars, what we need is, again we'll start with for loop from start. So we'll say for. Syntax is, first you have to give initialization variable, so we'll say I equal to 1, and then we require conditions. So we'll start with 1 and it will go till 5, and then we will say I plus plus. Now in this, what I need to print is, I need to say s out, and at a time of point I need to print only 1 star. Okay, simple, right? When I say 1 star, and now if I run this, I'm getting an output as star star star, but what I need is it should be in horizontal way, not vertical way. Since we are writing here print ln, it's printing in vertical way, right? So I need to print in the same line. So I will remove that ln. Print will print in the same line. So now if I run this, you can see the output is, it's in the same line. Okay, but what I need to go out of the loop. I need to say ln. It's because if you can see the output, after the output I'm getting this print successfully line, so I need a line. So I will say session order print ln. It will print the blank line. Now if I run this, okay, so we are getting the output and we are getting successful. Simple, right? And let's just give a space here so that it should look bit yeah. So we have 5 stars. Now my next task is to print star in this way. So it should be star star star. We'll remove this 5th star, we'll go with 4 stars now, and I need something in this way. Okay, so I need this 16 stars but in a box format. So what we can do is, now as we know, this loop will print 1 row. This will print only 1 row. So what I need is, if I copy this loop, and if I print it here, okay, and if I print it here, not last one. So what we have is, we have 4 for loops. We are doing the same thing. So after every for loop, what we can do is, we can say new line. After every for loop we can say a new line. After every for loop we can say a new line. So what it will do is, first it will print that 4 stars, then it will print a new line, then it will print the 4 stars, then it will print the new line, then it will print the 4 stars, new line, 4 stars, right? So if you see the output, this is what we want. Again, I need 4s, so we'll say 4. Now if I run this, so this is what the expected output was, right? So we wanted a box with 4 stars. Totally in total it will be 16 stars. But if you can see here, we are writing the same code repeatedly, right? So it's once, we have twice, and we have thrice, and we are writing it for the 4th time. So what we can do is, since we are doing the same task repeatedly, we can enclose this thing in a for loop. Right? And this time we'll say j equal to 1 and j less than equal to 4, because we are doing the same task for 4 times, and j plus plus, and we'll enclose this for loop in this way, right? So since we are doing the same thing 4 times, we can enclose this thing in a for loop which will do the same task for 4 times. And now if you see the output, we are getting the same output, right? So this is the use of nested for loop. So this concept is called as nested for loop. Okay, simple. Now we'll do some more experiment. Let me change something. Now this j and this I are called as a loop variable. So normally whenever you go with this nested loop, it's better to keep your outer loop as I and inner loop as j, just for the conventions or just for the ease of use. It will not make any changes, it will not do any harm, but it's always better to have this way. Your outer loop will be I and your internal loop will be j. Now let's change the pattern. What pattern I need is, I need this pattern, so it should be in this way. 2 rows, 2 stars, in this way. It should be in first row, it should be 1 star, second row 2 star, third row 3 star, and fourth row 4 stars. For this, what we can do is, see, we need 4 rows. So whenever you talk about number of rows, this I variable acts like a number of rows, and j column works as a number of columns. So what we can do is, since we are using number of rows as 4, this will not change, but the number of columns is changing depend upon row, right? So the first row should have only 1 column. So what we can do is, we'll say 1. Second row will have second column, we can say 2. Third row we have third column. Fourth row we have 4 columns. So instead of writing all this number, we can say I. So I will represent the number of column, right? So if your row is first, we'll be getting the first 1 column. If row is 2, so I will be 2, right? So in this case, j will go till 2. If your I is 3, j will go till 3. If your I is 4, j will go till 4. So if I print this, you're getting the output. Simple, right? This is what we can demonstrate more about for loop. We'll see one more output. Now instead of this time we'll printing star, we'll print this values 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, and 1 2 2 3 4. Now what we can see here is, instead of printing star, we are printing numbers. So for this, instead of printing star, we can print, now in every row, what changing is, it's changing the value of j is changing. So what we can do is, if your I value is 1, it will go into this loop, your j value will be 1. Okay, it will execute this loop till your j values go till the value of I, and will again make it as 4. First, initially we will make it as 4. Now if I print this loop, if I go with this loop, the output will be, it's 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, right? So we are getting the same, we are getting the output what we expect. Okay, if I print value of I, it will print rows number. Okay, let's see, if it will print rows number. So first row all 1, second row all 2, third row all 3, fourth row all 4, right? Simple. Now what if I want to go for this pattern? Let's change the pattern and we'll go in this way. 3 4 5, not 5, it's 1 and 2 and 4 1 2 3. Now if you want this format, now lots of people say we have to use different for loops or this or that, but the concept is very simple. See, what we need is, first we know we need 1 2 3 4. That means it's depend upon the value of j. So if I print j, let's see the output. If I print value of j, it's giving me this output. But what I need is, from second row it should start with 2, right? So if I write here this way, if I plus j, let me see what will be the output. If I print this, okay. So almost what we want, see, it should be 1, it should be 2, it should be 3, it should be 4, it should be 2, it should be 3, right? So what if I do -1? If I print it -1, see, it's getting, right, 1 2 3 4, 2 3 4, but what we expect here is 1. If you can see, we want 1. So now question arises, how to get the value that is 1. Okay, so for this demonstration we'll use some variable. We'll use k, and we'll say k equal to I plus j minus 1. Okay, and let me remove this. If I remove this, let me remove this. Now instead of printing all this expression, I will print k, because this value is stored in k. But before printing k value, what I can do is I can check if my k values goes above 4. Okay, if it is above 4, what I will print is I will print k minus 4. If else part, if else part is I will print k. Right. It's almost same. Just concentrate. We are just saving this value in k, and we are checking that value of k should not be more than 4. If it is more than 4, it will say k minus 4. So if your k value is 5, so it will do k 5 minus 4, which will be 1. And by doing this, the output becomes, oh, we have done some mistake, it is not elements. Okay, so this is your output, right? So this is what we want. So this is the fun part with for loops. So if you have any doubts, please comment and do subscribe for the further videos. Thank you so much.